Hey bosses, my name is Kylie Enkelman. I am an energy healer and a success and transformational coach. I love helping female entrepreneurs to destroy self-doubt, eliminate overwhelm, and to confidently grow their profitable business. Now today we're looking at busy work. Are you choosing to be busy instead of successful? Now, you might be wondering, well, it's just kind of the same thing, isn't it? Like, you have to be busy in order to achieve your goals. You might be really attached to working hard in order to achieve your goals. And I get it. I totally 100% get it, because that hard work ethic has definitely been in my DNA, it's in my lineage, and I have spent good proportion of my life working my butt off to get where I am today. And to achieve, wonderful success in my different businesses. I had a bricks and mortar types business where I was doing multiple millions of dollars a year. And I worked my ass off to get there. And it was a lot of blood, sweat and tears. And I'm not doing that anymore. So it wasn't sustainable either. But even in those businesses, so one of my previous businesses was a hair salon, and there was a real attachment to being busy, because if we were busy, then we were making money, and if we weren't busy, then it was a freak out because we're not making any money, and we've got all these overheads to pay, we've got staff wages to pay, we've got to pay for all of our stock and all those sort of things. The bills keep coming in regardless of whether or not we are making money. And so being busy was really connected to being able to meet our goals, to be able to meet our financial overheads and to feel safe and secure. And so being busy equaled financial security. And then over time, in that particular business, we added some components to the business. So we had added a distribution company to the business. We added a fashion boutique to the business. We were adding these different products and services to the business so that it wasn't just like a one egg in the basket. There was multiple eggs in the one basket. Still all the eggs in the one basket. But there was different streams coming in. So different financial streams of finances coming in. So then if we were quiet in one area of the business, there's still income coming in through another area of the business. So there's less pressure on being busy. It wasn't as strongly associated with being busy. And then we sort of started disconnecting it from hard work. As the business owner, it was less about me being on the floor and doing everything. I started taking more time for myself. But it had gotten to the point where I needed that. I needed to really take time out because I actually did hit overwhelm. I hit burnout. I had an experience of burnout, which if you've been through that, I would really not recommend it. I'm sure you wouldn't recommend it if you've been through it. If you feel like you're heading that way, then my advice is to stage an intervention with yourself, because burnout actually takes a long time to recover from. So I went through burnout, and so I really did have to separate hard work from my sources of income, and we were still able to generate really ever-increasing levels of income because the foundations of the business were set up in a way that it was going to keep growing, and so it is possible to disconnect your financial security from hard work and busy work. And you might be thinking, well, that's fair and that's all fine and good, but you worked your ass off to get to that point and then you could take the pressure off. But the truth of the matter is, it doesn't have to be that way. And the problem with doing lots of busy work and working really, really hard to get through and over extended periods of time is that you actually aren't working intentionally. You're working to the point at the detriment to your own well-being. And if you're not turning up where you are giving from a full cup, then you're missing a lot of the cues. You're not listening to your intuition. You're not listening to what feels good, because what feels good doesn't factor into your success at all. Your success is all based on working hard and being busy. So when we equate working hard and being busy for long periods of time, then we are very likely to end in overwhelm. We're missing cues along the way where we could be doing things a lot easier and working a lot more smarter and working a way that brings a higher value transaction for your clients and a higher value transaction for you. Now, take a moment just to think about how busy you are and just check in for yourself. Do you feel more safe and secure when you're busy? And do you feel like you need to work hard in order to have success, to be worthy of success, or to be worthy of charging for your services or your product? Because I think one of the things that being self-employed, we tend to not keep up with the cost of living, or the cost of living, basically, like how much things cost. So if you've been self-employed for, say, 10 years, then your kind of frame of reference for costs is often connected to what life cost 10 years ago, because that's when you made that switch into business owner. And so everything else has continued to increase in cost. The inflation affects everyone. So how have your prices and how is the value of your services or your transactions, your offer, how has that changed over time? And are you at least doing the minimum inflationary increases? And that really is just the minimum, because you may be, over 10 years you've developed expertise. Over 10 years you've developed experience. Over 10 years, you have continued to refine your mastery. And so your prices should be reflecting that compared to when you first started your business and offering your services. The other thing to think about when you're really committed to working hard and being really, really busy is that it often involves a lot of sacrifices. Now, the first thing for so many of us to go is our time for exercising and self-care, the time that we would take to prepare healthy food for ourselves, to make sure that we're eating well, to make sure that we go to the gym or we do some movement for our body, to make sure that our body is getting the care that it needs to still keep functioning in a very healthful way. It's the first thing to go, because let's face it, a lot of us don't need too many reasons to justify not going to the gym. But so like the moment that we have a little bit of pressure, it's like, oh, I'm just too tired. I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. I don't have time. I don't have the energy. I need to focus on work. I'm working so hard at the moment. Work so busy at the moment. I just really need to focus on that. And so, that can be a real, that over the long term, that can have a real impact on our quality of life, because our health will bounce back after being neglected for a little while. But if it's been years and then decades of really not prioritizing our health and our well-being, then things will start to break down. And not just physical health, our mental health. If we are constantly in a state of busyness where we've got adrenaline and we're using lots of coffee and caffeine to keep going through, getting through, and then we're like bookending the day with maybe drinking a bit more than we would like to be drinking, but we needed to take the edge off of because we're under a lot of stress and pressure, then that is also not great. It's not fantastic for your health, and it also will take its toll. Of course, when we are very, very busy and we're working really, really hard and we're giving everything that we've got to building our business, then our relationships can suffer and we might not see our friends. We might not have time or energy to see our friends on the weekend, or to be social, to catch up with our family, our extended family. We bring our crumbs to our relationship with our beloved. And our kids get just a tired and grumpy mum or a tired and grumpy parent because we're working so hard for them to give them the life that they want. And yet all they want is your love. All they want is your presence and your connection. All they want is to share with you the quiet and the slow moments. They want to share those just little everyday moments with you. And so it's just, what is your commitment to being busy costing you? Your commitment to working really, really hard in order to justify being able to charge for your services, being able to generate or receive income, that you can't receive income unless you've worked really, really hard for it. And so many people work from that space. And it doesn't have to be that way. Like, it really is a choice. And there is a lot in language, because our language is a program. Language is our program. So the stories we tell ourselves are the programs that are running our thoughts, that are running our beliefs, that are running our actions, and shape and create our life. So everything that you're experiencing in your life today is the fruit of the seeds and the trees that you've planted, years ago up until now. And so you can choose other choices. So what if you were to choose, instead of choosing to focus on being busy in order to be safe and secure, that you chose to work intentionally, that you chose to work creatively. If you're a creative person or a maker, you might be really, instead of focusing on hard work, you focus on creative work, or you focus on creating beautiful work. Or perhaps your focus needs to be on creating high value for your clients. That I create high value for my clients, and that's the source of my security. Rather than I need to be busy in order to be safe, I need to be creative, and I need to be delivering high value in order to be safe. I need to be creating high value for my clients in order to be secure. Another way that is very resonant with me, and that is that I work in alignment. I work in alignment with my purpose. I serve from a place of alignment. I show up and I serve my clients from a place of alignment with my purpose, and I serve my clients. So I focus, for me to be secure, for me to be safe, for me to know that everything is going to be okay. I know that I have to come from this place of working from alignment, that I need to be congruent. So it's not about being busy. For me, busy is, I'm less likely to be congruent when I'm busy, because I'm kind of half-assing everything rather than being really deeply, drawing on a foundation of congruency and alignment, so that when I show up to a client, I show up to my clients and I hold space for them to open to their purpose, then I need to be acting from a place of congruency, so that my thoughts, my words, my energy, and the experience that I create for my clients is congruent with the outcome that they are looking for. So, what is it for you? Another example, instead of being focused on being busy in order to create financial security or to be successful, you might be, I need to be specific. I really need to be specific about the people that I work. I really need to be selective. I really need to be specific on in the niche. I really focus on the specific need where my mastery is at in order to be financially secure. In order to be financially successful, I really need to focus on my target market. So instead of saying I need to be busy in order to be safe, in order to be secure, I need to be focused. I need to really focus on my clients. I really need to focus on the outcome for my clients. And so, that is really, really very much a different way of showing up to life. Because then you'd be looking at, well, how can I be more focused? And that brings in more of you, because to be more focused, or for me to be aligned, to be creating a space of alignment and congruency, means that I do honor my whole self, because I bring my whole self to my work. I bring my whole self to show up for my clients and to serve my clients. And so for me, instead of working hard, I choose to work deep. I work deep and I work in alignment. So, and this has taken a long time because I've done hard work. I got first class honors as an engineer. I worked in engineering. That was hard work. And I worked my ass off as a hairdresser. That was hard work. And I built up a distribution company. That was hard work. And I set ourselves up as in fashion boutique. That was fun work. I really loved that. It was so much fun. My wardrobe was amazing at that time. It was super, super fun. But, I've done my time with hard work. But I choose to work high value, in alignment. I take congruent action. And I do deep work because that's where my mastery is at. So where is your mastery at? And what do your clients need from you in order to get the value? Okay, so unless you're doing a, discount bargain service, in which case the lowest value is your differentiation, your point of difference, then if you're not that, then where is your mastery and what are your clients seeking from you? What are they actually buying from you? And so, you need to really tune into that and get clarity on that in order to be able to deliver it. And when you can deliver that, what your clients are actually looking for, then you are going to be safe. You are going to be secure because there is a balance in the breathing in and breathing out, the exchange of value, and that will continue to generate more clients because the clients are getting their needs met, you're getting your needs met, and it can grow, the plant can grow from there. And another way to do this is to really focus on the end in mind. So what is the end goal for you? Like, why are you doing all this work? If you're really, really struggling with being busy, and like literally you're finding it, watching this video is like procrastination or time out from being really, really busy. This is like you buffering down or defragging after a really, really busy day. What is it all for? Is it for security? Is it to feel safe? Is it to try and get your head above water? And so if we did get your head above water, what then? What does that mean for you? Does that mean that you have some savings in your bank account? Does that mean that you've paid off your credit cards? Does that mean that you get to spend quality time with your family? Does it mean that you get to go on a holiday? Does that mean that you can, create your retirement, know that your retirement is going to be taken care of? What is it? What is it that comes from all of this busy work? Because then when you can tune into what that actual end is and that feeling of safety, that feeling of security, that feeling of relief, knowing that everything is taken care of, what can you do differently to create that in your life today? What could you give yourself today? What different decisions would you make knowing that that's what you actually want? It's not just to be busy. It's not just to have like bums in the seat, which is what we used to say in the salon. You'd have bums in the chairs. It's like it's not about having lots and lots of work on your plate. At the end of the day, what you're actually looking for is financial security or financial freedom, the ability to travel. That's what you actually want. Oh, okay. So, how else might I get there? How else might? Now that I know that that's actually what I want and I focus on that, what else? What are my other streams of possibility to get there? And that's, for me, that was why we broadened our business, because it was all tied into, when it was just the hair salon, it was all tied into getting people in the salon. And there's a lot of pressure on that. And I didn't like working with that much pressure. So I wanted to create different streams of income into our life. I wanted to be able to receive income from different streams. And so that's what we did. And it was very successful in that way. But so when you focus on the end goal and you know what that feels like, and you understand that that's, you have clarity that that's actually wise. Like I actually, I want to be able to retire and not worry about money. I want to be able to buy a house. That would be great. I really want to be able to buy a house and get out of this rental system. That's great. It's great clarity to have, because that is where the focus is. Not on being busy, but on being able to, create that in your life. And so that way you can start working with a bit more certainty around what it is that you're creating, because it doesn't matter then if it comes from your exact business in the way that it is now. In fact, it could come from a completely different line of business or different income stream. It doesn't really matter. You can start receiving ideas and inspiration by creating a bit more space for it to show up in your life. Instead of focusing on, I have to be really busy in order to create financial security, it can be like, I want to create financial security, and I'm open to doing that from any number of different ways, any number of different streams. I'm ready to start receiving from any number of different streams. I'm ready to start receiving new ideas about how that might happen. I'm willing to receive new ideas about how I can create financial security in my life, how I can create financial abundance in my life, and to be able to buy my first home, or how I'm willing to be open to buy my first home, and just focusing on that. There's a real shift there, and it might seem really like a subtle nuance, but it's actually powerful, because when you're like, I just need to be busy, the number of clients coming into your life, you don't have a lot of control over that. You can go and do, your social media posts, you can do all the things, the marketing things, all the strategies for bringing in more clients. Yes, you can do that. But if you're like running yourself into the ground in order to get there, when it's not essential, like it's not like 1 + 1 = 2, it's like you can actually be open and receptive. There might be better ways to doing it than the way that you're currently operating, and you're never going to see better ways to doing it unless you create space for it. You're not going to be able to receive new ideas or new strategies for creating this abundance or creating your pathway to your success unless you create space in your life. So being busy, let that be the flavor of your last chapter, and why not open the door to a new chapter where you work in alignment, where you work creatively in order to live the outcome that you're seeking, to be financially secure, to be having health and well-being and relationships that thrive. So for me, this is really about cultivating flow, and the missing piece of the puzzle is recognizing that it all starts with me. It all starts with what's going on inside here, the way that we narrate our story, the way that we narrate our life, and the way that we respond to the stories we tell ourselves. It really does change the opportunities that we can perceive and receive. And so when we commit to our flow, and we commit to our purpose, and we commit to coming from a place of alignment of whatever is our greatest good, the life that is the highest expression of our life force, our life energy, that is what I'm committed to creating in my life. And so stress and pressure and busy and hardship, it doesn't belong in this chapter. It's not to say that it's not going to be without challenges. The challenges are the resistance training, that's like going to the gym. But when we can really tap into who we are and up-level our beliefs about ourselves, our capacity to receive, our capacity to create, our capacity to expand and grow, then life starts getting really, really interesting. Now, if you'd like some help with that, then please send me a message and we can jump on a call together. I do offer a free breakthrough session. It's about 45 minutes. That's for if you are a female business owner, a female entrepreneur, and you've been in business for at least 2 years, then, and you're ready to really start leaving, the busy, the hardship, the struggle, the self-doubt, the woe is me, I can't make it happen, whatever it is, those limitations, you're ready to step out of that, leave that in the past and be done with it. You're like, done, so done with it. I'm ready for the next level, something that's got more ease, more flow, more joy. Then jump on the call with me. Send me a message. I will put the link below this video where you can book that call, and in that call, it takes about 45 minutes to an hour. We'll have a look at what's not working and what you're actually here to accomplish, what it is that you want to achieve, and then we'll look at how we can join the dots. So if that sounds interesting to you, believe me, it's going to be one of the most powerful conversations that you've ever had about your life and business. This is like really about starting a fire. Like some people, I see every conversation is like a fire starting conversation, and some people start off with a slow smolder and other people are just ignited into action. And, either one is perfect. There's no one is right or wrong, but honestly, it's like if you're ready to up level, then this conversation was a very powerful opportunity for you to get that started and to ignite that drive into that is going to actually help you step up and step into a whole new level of your life. So if you're interested in that, please send me a message, or you can click on the link below this video and you can book your call there. Okay, my loves, I hope that has been helpful. I will see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.